So hey guys, it's me Zorphite, and also happy new year bros. Well, even though the new year wasn't good enough for me. Okay, so let's get on to the video. So 3x3 practice starts to become boring for many reasons, and if all the tips you get are not equally usable, some tips are acceptable to beginner solvers, while some tips might not be just as good enough for them. That is because different level of cubers have different problems. So if you're struggling to improve, I'm here to give you some tips. So first you may ask, am I fast enough to make this video? Well, I'm not, but I'm experimenting on different techniques and I'm here are the best choices. And I have gone through hundreds of problems and barriers. So I can help you what is your problem and how you can improve them. So I have tried to study on several problems and come up with them primarily. They include the problems like inefficient cross, problem in cross to F12 transition, problem in planning first F12 pair, can't solve F12 pair inefficiently, bad finger tricks, and many more. So let's get on how to solve them. So all the timestamps are in the description, so you can see which problems are described on when in time. So you can check it out. Or what I do recommend is checking out every single problem one by one in the solution so you can come up with a better decision. So first is inefficient cross. A good and efficient cross will always be able to be solved in 7 to 9 moves or even less. So if you want to fix your solve moves, you should watch some example solves and always try to be creative in solving your cross. Secondly, bad cross to F12 transition. You should always try to solve slots into the back. This will allow you to have more room for observing pieces in the front and make good decisions on which case to solve when. So to make sure you're doing good choice in F12 transition, you should track for pairs. If you can't, try for cross. You should have a proper choice of which pair is good as first pair. Coming up is a problem in planning F12 pair. So you should plan first F12 pair during inspection, when you're at the edge of being sub 16 or so. This will help to boost up your lookahead a lot. So to fix this, you should practice with unlimited inspection time and be able to track F12 cases. But first, you should know your F12 cases so well that you can solve them without looking at them. This is the main thing that you need to do F12, the base of F12 lookahead. Every pair while solving, you have to focus on the next pair. This will allow you to boost up your lookahead even more, and that is the main purpose of why lookahead makes your solve faster. On the following problems, we have inefficient F12. Inefficient F12 will make you struggle in lookahead very much. So you should solve F12 cases intuitively, and if you can't come up with a good solution, try out some algs. They will help you a lot. And sometimes it is better to do alg than doing intuitively, because there are some people who try to do intuitively but come up with such a bad algs that they make their solve much more slower. Inefficient, slower, and really bad. So if you should try to compare your solves with algorithms all the time. Next up is one of the most common problems almost all cubers face, and that is lookahead. Lookahead is very important for being sub 15 and beyond, but that is not useful until sub 20. And yes, people might say that slow down and lookahead, but that's not effective until you're sub like that ratio. So yeah, you shouldn't do lookahead until you're like sub 16 or like that. A lot of people may think that becoming sub 20 or becoming sub 30 is you need to know lookahead for that, but you actually not. I started doing lookahead when I was sub 18 and now I'm currently sub 15. So you can practice lookahead in many ways, like doing untimed solves, and others. Doing untimed solves brings you up the habit of tracking F12 pairs. Also, you can try to do slow solves that will help you a lot to find out your laggings. Also, you can do slow turning to make your F12 look ahead better. So next step is bad F12 finger tricks, or not F12, any kind of finger tricks. So there is in no way that you can get faster without good finger tricks. To improve your finger tricks, you can look up a video on YouTube and get a desired info. There are a lot of videos on YouTube and really good videos, and you need to be careful on which F12 case you should use. Such as sometimes for some people who have smaller hands, doing F prime with their thumb will not be as good. So you should be doing F prime with other ways. Or if you have problems with doing with your left hand, you can practice by drilling your algorithms. That will bring up your habit in doing algorithms in your solve. And to the final one, and the final problem that is my most common problem that I have faced, and I have found a solution to come over that, is you are stuck and can't improve at a certain time. So like if you're sub 20, you cannot be if you want to be sub 20, you are stuck at sub 22 or sub 21 and like that. And this type of thing happens especially in sub 40, sub 25, sub 20 and sub 15 and sub 10 especially. And to improve, you need to do two simple things. First is to try to improve, try to do all the above tricks in the above, and make sure you are good at your algorithms and good finger tricks, good F12 transition, good look ahead, everything good according to your level. And the next thing is to practice other events much more, especially the big cubes. So I will tell you about my personal story. That is, I had when I was like I wanted to be sub 16, I was stuck at 18 seconds all the time, and I didn't cube for like a year. That was like from March 2018 to the end of 2018. Yeah, so at that time I didn't touch the cube at all, and that actually had a bad impact on me until, without starting cubing completely with 3x3, I started cubing with 4x4. So what 4x4 did is that searching for pieces with bigger pieces makes you solve better and improves your look ahead. So if you're looking for tiny pieces on a big cube, that makes you solve faster, and that has an overall impact when you are gonna start solving a 3x3 after some time. And also this if you are doing other events, then they can do impact on secondary events, like in my case 2x2. So I didn't do 2x2 almost like a year or so. Yes, I didn't do 2x2 for like a year. My 2x2 was sitting down, and the lube was dried and it wasn't good. But then I picked up a 2x2, and the first solve was like a 4. And a little bit of backstory that I had like sub 10 2x2 before I left 2x2. So at a competition, I didn't practice at all. My first solve was like 5 seconds, 5.84 I believe. And on the same competition, I got a 3.01, which is really good considering I've just had become sub 10. So yeah, that's a really good way to roll up and practice for all. And also you need to keep an eye on that when you are solving the other big cubes and trying them, you should pause on 3x3 doing for some time and trust me, you're gonna get you really want to start doing 3x3, and you might just get impatient, but trust me, it will be really worth it at the end. So that was it all for the video. Hope you all are helpful with those tricks and you're gonna improve well. and have a good day, and see ya all wonderful people next time. And please, it would be really good if you could subscribe or like and share this video with everyone else. And thank you. Bye.